Okay. Take pledge, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Did everybody have a chance to go over that? We have any need to change? No.
I'm motion the minutes from last month.
I second it.
All in favor? So, we're still working on the paperwork for our budget. So what we can do is, go through the packet that I gave you. And I can explain to everybody. There's a copy of them in there for you. So, paper, Ed had mentioned maybe going ahead and getting full picnic tables for JC Park, because we're gonna have to instead of two wood ones. That is the price of it. It's $4,340. Bryce did say the more tables you order, the less the freight is, but. So that's,
Is that each or for both? I
pardon me,
can't really hear you. Is that for each or for both? That amount you just gave?
it's for 2 picnic tables. Yeah. And then, from Bryce, he broke everything down for us. As far as what stuff costs. And,
So this is the equipment from last
I mean, you can.
meeting, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and then he broke it down for us, he did a drawing. As to what it would look like, which is really nice, and then he broke down what we would get from Sourcewell. As a discount, and then he also put in there the 25,000 that Braun was donating towards the brand. And so there's, pictures, so it ended up being. I'm sorry, I haven't had a chance to look at this, we got it done, copied, but, 101,000. He also broke it down that if the city and the park employees, if they came in and got the ground ready like they did at JC, took out the old playground equipment, it was paid with the same amount. So he broke it down as if Playford did it all. And, or if the city wanted to come in and help us with it, ask Dwayne when that thing could be, okay? I'll send you the email that he sent me because maybe some of this all didn't get.
And I can't hear you, sorry, but what did you say about Dwayne? That they said they could do it?
Yeah, I'm sure that Dwayne.
Okay, I'm sorry, I can't hear you
Yeah,
very
I'm
well.
sorry, speaker. So I will send you all, guys. the
I think
email.
the email is here that kind of explains
Okay,
everything.
Okay,
It looks like maybe you printed it here where it talks about the total difference.
okay,
With
okay,
vulnerability and then.
okay. I'm sorry, I haven't had a chance to look at it. And also in there, Ed had asked me to get a price on, fencing if we did a new ballpark at Bansford Park. And so he quoted me as, one with the black vinyl coating and then just the regular. So there's like $1,000 difference.
What's that look like? This one?
Uh-huh.
Alpha and Omega? Okay.
So, I mean, we just wanted ballpark figure, and that, that the backboard and a fence on each side. And
So
that,
the backstop
uh-huh.
and then coming out from that for
50
certain?
feet on each side,
Yeah.
which would be a total of 100 feet of 6-foot fence.
Okay.
And the reason, the reason that this was even brought up is because we had some parents who was talking about Fansler Park last meeting, but also we was talking about what can we do for maybe grant proposals. And this might be something that we look at for a grant proposal where the fencing and really the bases, I believe, I looked at a couple of bases. I mean, you could get a home plate and 3 bases for less than $1,000, the nice bases. So it's really not as much the bases as it is the backstop and the fencing along the side. So I think that might be something grant wise that we look at.
I just need each thing off.
Okay.
And I have that. Oh, okay. I will get that broke down for you.
Yeah, they want a very specific itemized list.
Sitting at the-
Most of the grants do.
Can
Or
I
the
do that?
And we
project,
should
like-
have that project list available and ready for you. We kind of talked about that last time, the projects coming up that you
I have,
can always
I have a
use.
list that you guys have already gone through too, that I can send out by email, that I can resend, that have a wish list from your
Right.
guys' 5-year plan. So that we don't have to keep going back and forth, we have a
Yeah,
list on a
revisit the
document
same
that
thing
he
every-
edited.
yeah.
So the other thing that I talked to you guys about it before, it's just my opinion. I did get a price for new fencing around the tennis courts. And I'm not in agreement to put $17,000 worth of fencing around tennis courts that are falling apart. They're just a disaster. They have drain problems. Wayne thought about maybe going under and whatever. My personal thought is to put in some pickleball courts, which are shorter, but I want it all taken out and redone, or if E&B does it, then E&B, then we need a good warranty on it. If they want to go on top of the surface, I would prefer they would take it out, do the drainage right. That's the same problem we have with the basketball court at the city park. They patched it, and where they patched it, then it's just started cracking, but there's some big lips that are sticking up. So that's trippage and we're liable.
Well, we
And
haven't really decided what we're doing with that space yet, right?
I don't think so.
We didn't decide in the last, did we make a vote on what we were gonna do with that space?
no, I'm
Okay.
just telling you, I got a price for
I
fencing
understand, I'm
because
just
Dwayne asked
verifying,
me to.
yeah, I'm verifying that we didn't decide what we were
No,
doing with
no,
that.
no, not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's just how I feel about it. Do it once and do it right, and whether you guys want to do pickleball or whatever. And then the other thing that I was thinking about was that the Heidi's really want that, and so maybe Friends of the Park. Lindsay's going to be working on that. I'm going to help her and do fundraisers to get, if we decide on pickleball, they can help pay for it.
What'd you say about the Heidi's? Did I miss them?
The Heidi sent me a message, and also to you, that they would really like pickleball courts. I mentioned that at the last meeting, that I'd gotten a phone call and messages, and he had too. So anyway. That was just my
Yeah,
thoughts on it.
17,000 is what you
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
And that's with it as is.
That's just fence, right?
Yes, and it's got to be replaced. It's supposed to be everything bad on it, but when I went over there and looked at it again, I took somebody with me that knew about that stuff. It's like, it's the drainage. So, yeah, anyway. You got anything, Ed?
No.
Him?
This report, I mean, if we can start on reports, I guess. Since we're waiting on.
Yeah, if we could knock out the golf course while we're waiting,
Sure,
and then that way they can
Sure.
get on their way.
that'd be great. Okay,
I was here for the budget meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, I went here, I didn't have anything. I'm still waiting on a couple quotes for them. Pavilions is all I'm dealing with right now. So, if them come in under 10 grand, I'll probably get them, well, we're gonna get repaired, not replaced. So, but that's the only thing I'm waiting on is that.
Okay. How about you, Lee?
So I gave you guys my notes. Just getting most of my outings wrapped up for the season. I do have two more in August, two more in September. So we're getting kind of nearing the end towards the outings for the season. Girls season started last week on the 3rd, so get things going for them. I'm still in the process of checking into some different things for the pavilion, like we talked about, the sides on the pavilion, the fans up top. Still in the process of doing some more research on that. I know. Might be something that whatever company we have come in and do that, maybe have them. I don't know if they can paint that. I don't think it needs a new roof because it's steel roof.
I know, it's just they put up different colored paint.
Right. Could they just paint it, I wonder?
We did that and my stepdad, it didn't work out very well.
It didn't.
I don't know, we could find out.
I don't know. I can ask them about it when they come.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I would agree with you. It does look different colors. So yeah, I just hate to, I don't know. It's not that visual from the road. I don't know.
Okay.
And we don't use it a whole lot. I mean, I don't know. If you think we need to, I'm not opposed to getting it painted or getting it redone if we need to do that. It's not, I can check into it when they come to give me a quote about that. And then the only other thing that I have, I gave you guys two quotes. You'll see one that does not have a yellow X and one that does have a yellow X. Yamaha just dropped a demo cart off to me today. It's pretty amazing.
Do the same.
One has a yellow X on it.
I know, I thought one was colored. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
No, one has a yellow X and the other one doesn't. So the one that has the yellow X, that is trade dollar amount for the carts that we have now compared to a quote that they gave us. And that is if we sign with the intent to do the deal. Now, we can have them delivered yet this year if we want to. We can have them delivered in the spring if we want to. We can pay them now if we want to. We can pay them in the spring if we want to. He just wants me to sign this if we have the intention of making the deal so that we can honor that specific price. Okay. The other one that you see that is about $25,000 higher, that is if we wait until next year, because come January 1, the trade-in value changes on our golf carts. So, but he did say, we don't have to do the deal now, but if you think you guys want to do it, just at least sign it and let us know when you want to do it. So that way we can lock in that price. Because it is going to be about $25,000 more expensive if we wait. And I guess the way I look at this is, guys, if you look at the breakdown on the right-hand side there, it's a shade over $6,000 per unit per golf cart. Okay. We got our golf carts 2 years ago with the intentions of redoing them every 4 years. So if you break that down, that's about $1,500 a year in depreciation. So we're right at what they're willing to give us on trade-in. If you do the math on it, at $1,500 a year depreciation, we've had them 2 years. We paid $6 for them. Now they're worth $3. They're willing to give us $3. So I guess the way I look at it is we're not losing any money. We would basically be breaking even if we just decided to do this. So that is my vote, just to go ahead and get this done sooner than later, because we talked about every 4 years. These carts are not going to last me 4 years. I can tell you that right now. You've been down there. You've been down there. The mayor's been down there. It's beginning to be a disaster with these carts.
Can you tell me you've had 30 of the 50?
We've had, of the 50 carts that we got 2 years ago, Anthony has already replaced brand new batteries, brand new terminals, and a couple solenoids in like 15 of the 50. And at least 30 of the 50 have been to Fort Wayne and back to be fixed. And now they're charging me. Like for instance, I got one back last week that they replaced a battery terminal, and a solenoid, and they charged us $450 per car.
It's not the same kind of car, I'm assuming. I don't know, these are close.
So, have you talked to Gary about this and what today?
Yeah, I talked to Gary about it, and Gary said he needed to talk to you guys, figure out where we could get the money, all that stuff. I talked to Dwayne about it this morning. It sounds to me like the funds are there.
So the funds are there. When we looked at this morning, what we have cash on hand, what they're putting back and what should be there for the golf carts right now. What did we figure? You were like 125,000 in golf fees.
Oh, we looked at it this morning, and we were at like 152 or something like that, as far as cart rentals and what people have paid us just this year for carts.
Right.
So we made this year enough that would just pay for that.
And another thing that you mentioned to me that, and I don't know if you guys are aware of this, we have to have lots of golf scrambles. That's what keeps our golf course open. And he at times has not had as many carts as he wanted.
Yeah, like for instance, the mayor outing. Like he potentially probably could have had 24 teams in the morning and so many teams in the afternoon. Well, that ties my hands. So I had to tell the mayor he could only have 22 teams because I didn't have ample golf carts. You know what I mean? So it kind of ties my hands as far as how many teams I can allow in these outings. And those are a necessity for the golf course to stay open. I mean, that's a guaranteed $3,000 to $6,000 a day.
Are you sure you're not gonna have the same kind of trouble with these as you did with the previous ones purchased?
We're never sure.
Well, I guess.
But I can tell you, the carts that we had before what we have now were Yamahas, and they were 15 years old. And the carts that we had, when I traded them in, some of them had the original batteries from 15 years ago.
So what made us go with the club car or whatever?
Yamaha could not get us a quote then because of COVID. So that's why I didn't go with Yamaha, because they couldn't even get me a quote or guarantee us 50 golf carts at the time.
I was curious why.
Yeah. Or otherwise, I don't know that I even would have switched away from Yamaha at that time had they been able to get us carts and get us a quote, but they couldn't even get us a quote at that time. And again, they couldn't guarantee us 50 golf carts either. So,
But now they keep all stock.
oh yeah, everything's good now. Yes. I talked to Mike, like I said, he just dropped the demo off at my course today. And yeah, he said none of this will be an issue at all. So.
I hear them start, and to me, it's embarrassing that if you have golf scrambles and that's how those suckers sound when they start. And
It's-
take off.
It's maddening. Like literally, it is maddening. I have, on any given week, it is not abnormal for me to have 7 to 10 golf carts in our barn broke down. Any given week. And I'll send those 10 out to get fixed. And by the time I get those 10 back, I've got 5 more in there that are broke down, ready to be shipped back out and fixed again.
Are they covering that? They're not, there's no warranty left at all on them, is that correct?
They're telling me that there's not on the battery and solenoids, and they're basically blaming all of this on me and my staff.
You're not breaking up.
Because we're not spraying the batteries and the battery terminals with water. Trust me, I called the vice president of Club Car and had it out with him on the phone. I asked him, I said, God, bud, I'm 45 years old. I've been driving a car 30 years of my life. Do you know how many times I've popped my hood of my car and sprayed off my battery and my battery terminals with a hose? Not once. Can I ask you how many times you've done that? Well, I don't do that to my car, sir. Well, why would you expect us to do it to the golf carts then? Like it doesn't make any sense. And I told him, I said, I'm sorry, but I feel like you're putting this on us because you guys used cheap materials to build your stuff and you don't have anybody else to blame it on except for us.
They're
So
not backing the product.
no, they're not at all. They don't stand behind it at all. And I can't even get a call back from the rep now half the time.
So basically, it sounds like everybody wants the new cars. The main thing is do we have them or don't we? I mean, it sounds like we have the
Sounds
money.
like we have.
We got the money.
Yeah, so, what do you wanna make them?
I make a motion to
We need prices.
since we do have the money to purchase 50 of them?
Yeah, we'll be trading our 50 in and then getting 50 brand new.
More
That's this year.
50 of the 2027 Yamaha.
We just go ahead and pay for them.
Yeah, you're already here.
Okay, all in favor?
Thank you. And that's all I have. I don't have any other needs or requests at this time.
Thank you. Maureen?
Okay, I gave you the numbers for the pool. Just a slight adjustment on those. There's about $2,560 on swim lesson monies that went through the emails and they were paying and stuff like that. That's not part of my square report. And then double that amount for $3,760 that we invoiced the health department that I believe we're still waiting for that money.
Did you give me one more?
I believe I did. So yeah.
I have another one.
I'm looking. Oh, I found it.
Yeah.
Never mind.
And is it, when we close the pool next?
So Sunday will be our last day, but we're closed this week during the daytime. We have water aerobics. The
Float.
we have a Serenity float on Thursday night and tomorrow night, the Community Foundation is having an open house for the pickleball courts and us. They're gonna set up a everything goes well for that. Manitou Training Center, their individuals are coming out to swim on Friday night and then we'll be open regular hours on Saturdays. Done. So we do have some evening activities this week, but not during the day. 9,972 people have visited the pool this summer.
Wow.
Do you know how that compares to the previous year?
Maybe.
I know it opened late.
7.
Was it 7 something last season? It's definitely like, even with the cooler weather and the rainier weather, I could definitely see that there was more people there. Just felt like there were more people there.
What's your number?
9,000, actually 9,972. And Dwayne thought we had like around 7 something last
Yeah,
year.
7 and change last year.
Yeah. It's about right, Dwayne, because at the end of July, I had about 5,000. So.
Great.
I think that the improvements, definitely having the slide and the climbing wall this year has helped a lot as far as people coming in and coming back. The slide is constantly, there's always people. Every time I look out the door, somebody is on the slide or there's a line at the slide and it's being constantly used. And the climbing walls.
I saw in Mishawaka, I'm on their website and it shows their pool and they have the same company climbing wall as we do. I thought that was kind of neat. Okay.
I did give you some quotes for the budget. The top one is, it says quantity of 4. That's actually, the chair, these are for loungers for the pool. The chairs come in a pack of 6. So that is actually 4 6.
Okay, I was gonna ask you about that then.
Yeah.
Dang, they went up.
They did. So that's actually, they come in packs of 6, and that's 4 packs of 6, and then the other one is, 6 stuff for the give you pricing on the.
Okay. And I can I'll give you a copy of this also, maybe.
Yeah, any numbers you guys got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have an extra copy? Okay.
Right.
And then I'm gonna take this with me tomorrow night. It's a pool when Community Foundation is there, because the donors are gonna be doing contributions. And then I probably have the sunshades. Is that a quote? You know, from Bryce. And that many for that. And I haven't given you that, right? For the sunshades, the quote from.
Give me a
Bryce?
sunshade too.
Okay, good,
And
okay,
I'll bring that up in my report.
okay, and you've got that? Okay,
What's these made out of?
The lounge chairs?
Yeah, are they plastic like all the other junk ones they got?
Well,
The
I'll
last
tell you,
13 years.
ours were not the original ones that we had purchased.
There are awful lot of white ones in the dumpster there.
There were, but we had gotten a different brand last season, and those ones did not hold up. This is the original brand that we had gotten 12 years ago, and we still have the vast majority of the chairs that we have there. We have 48 chairs left, and the vast majority of them are the original chairs that we purchased 12 years.
So we need 24 more?
I would say 24 to 36. Cause there's, when people show up to the pool now, there's not enough chairs and, people are sitting on their towel and feel really bad when old grandmas come and they have to sit on a picnic table.
And
or,
that's kind of a
yeah.
problem too, we're all guilty of it, you go to the pool, you throw your towel over and you get in the.
Heck, I've been on a lot of cruises where you go up on the deck of the cruise and
You
there's
save
all
your
these
chair.
towels, you know, pinned to the chairs, and you go up there an hour later and there's still nobody sitting in that, but people get up really early and go and save their lounge chair for when they want to go out there. But yeah,
Okay.
we just need some more. We have had a lot of breakage of the ones we got last season, but we're going back to the original. These quotes are from the original ones that we got 12 years ago that are still in decent shape.
So Dwayne, is that something that, for maintenance and repair and all that for the pool, is that just something that we can get that way, or should we add it to the pool budget, or can we just like pass it off that way?
So how much, I didn't see the amount.
Oh, here.
Yeah, yeah. I've got this figure also.
But at 2,300. Yeah, that should fit in our,
Okay,
yeah,
we'll just do that with one stuff.
okay. But yeah, that should fit in a couple different places. We could do that. We could,
Okay.
that could be part of, improvements other than buildings, or we can just put it down on our equipment. But yeah, that's not a problem.
Okay, so then we can go ahead
Yeah, we can get those ordered.
and get those orders, so we get this year's probably, we'll store them. And we don't have to worry about it for next year.
Yep.
Do we need to take a vote on that?
I don't think we need to vote because of the price.
Yeah,
Right.
it fits in our budget, so.
Okay, okay, all right. Okay,
I mean, well,
sounds good. Anything else, Cory?
No, my only other request is the shades, and you already have that.
Yeah. Hold on that Dwayne, that was, I think you heard that name. That was going down from the big sunshade that we have going south and putting it in that corner instead of filling in between the smaller ones. And then a nice, I think I already talked about, a nice big shade that would go where the concession stand, we did talk about that, yeah, so
Yep.
the posts would be over from anything that we'd have to worry about.
Yep.
That, and then we should be, is there anything else, Lloyd?
No.
Oh, the lights of the pool,
Oh, no, these have already been purchased. Go.
Yep.
okay. And then are we gonna try and change out the sinks at the pool?
Well, the faucets, yeah.
Yeah.
Just, we ran out of time this year to do
Yeah,
it. And,
okay, all right,
and as far as the lights, we had made plans, but then Bill Walsh got, no, what is that? Shingles. And, so he's been down,
oh,
so, yeah, so,
I think we're really pretty good at the pool, other than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just safety purposes, that those chairs are getting older and staying,
Just need a few more.
just for safety purposes and a little bit more shading should be good. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so with the sunshades, the impact grant from the community foundation, we'd be able to apply for that, but I talked to Hannah today and their next meeting is Thursday. Possible I can get the grant done, that's totally fine,
Okay,
but with the pool closing, so this is just preference for you guys, what you prefer. Do you guys wanna wait on using that opportunity for a grant on something else and then saving that for a February? They have another quarterly meeting in February, because it's like a rolling deadline. And then trying for that grant and then using, because towards the end of the year, they lose money, so they replenish in February. So that might be a better option to do that in February, and whatever you guys decide, that I could either apply for this week or the next one's November, but it's just more limited funds. So maybe not something as expensive, like the baseball stuff, maybe we can
Fence or
apply for, or something like that, so.
Yeah.
There are other grants, just not that large,
Okay.
but doing other big grants like for Fansler, I would suggest waiting for like patronicity, where we can
sure,
apply to do the double the amount and then try to do Duke and all that at the same time for the bigger projects. So it just depends on when you guys want me to
Yeah.
apply for the grant. So it'd either be this week for the shades, November, which would be limited funds, so it might not be approved, or February.
What was the price on the sheet?
31,000.
that's another large one like what we have now.
But with the pool closing next week, so that was my only, not
Yeah.
concern, but just wanted to
Yeah,
bring that up.
and they're only gonna go up in price too. When we get into the.
It's just not a guaranteed.
Right, right, it's up to you guys, so do we have something else for you that you can go for by this Thursday?
No, you guys haven't provided me with anything else, so. I mean, if you gave me the fence price, for Fansler, the baseball stuff, I could get that in this week.
We haven't really totally discussed that yet or voted on it. I did in your packet, Dwayne.
that's not,
Okay. It was a little bit less than kind of what I was expecting.
just you guys need to talk it out, how you want to do that. As far as the backstop goes, I mean, was there more than just, I mean, RMC, are we looking at somebody else, I mean, some different type of posts or anything for the?
Well, you got the quote, Kim, but I was thinking if you look at the Little League ball field, those are all, when she talks about
Oh.
putting the fence in, it's an actual backstop fence.
Okay,
Those are nothing more than telephone poles and a chain link fence that goes back and forth. It
Right.
isn't like an official backstop.
right,
But for this way, one of the concerns at the last meeting was, and it's also 50 foot of fence going down one first base line and one down the second base line. Because they were saying when they hit the balls, because the backstop is so small, it's going into the houses, into the streets on the other side. At least this way, if they hit a foul ball, it hits the fence and bounces back in instead of just keep going into somebody's yard, house, and cars. So that's the one. And And even and I'm not sure with the backstop, like I said, it's the actual metal poles going up and it would be a metal backstop from what he said.
Is that what the paper is saying? Because
It
I
said-
told you I'm not good on this, so.
It's 34 feet wide, 15 feet high. 45-degree overhang, you know, to bounce back, 100 total feet, 50 feet on each run from, you know, the base lines. Galvanized.
Is there a price? Did you guys get a, that's what I need for me to do the grant. is
Yeah,
the
but-
price.
And what I'm asking you is, I'm not sure if he's just putting back on the post. They're there.
Well, the thing is, when you put up chain link fence, I've learned my lesson.
It doesn't say.
But the thing is when you put up chain link fence and you put it up, it has to connect to something. You just can't just staple it to the wall, I would imagine. Like a post, you just can't take a chain link fence and run it from point A to point
Assume it
B.
was-
You have to put posts every so often, you have a top rail. And that's the one thing I would probably want more into detail on this, is if there is a top rail to the fence and everything else like the other fence. And then they have the stretch bars and everything. I mean, there's a lot that goes into a chain link fence. So I guess I could do a follow-up with him
Sure.
to see
Yeah.
if it is all the posts and everything else, because if he did that at JC Park, it looks really nice.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't the fence that he charges for, it's all the posts, the stretch, the ties and everything, the top cap, the top bar. There's a lot that goes into a chain link fence instead of just the fence itself, so.
Well, I'm assuming he's including the posts.
And I am too, but
And 50.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I imagine if he's doing that, he would include everything else because you can't put a 45-degree top angle just off of the telephone poles. You know, I mean, that wouldn't even be that'd be a whole safety issue and everything else. So I think, you know, looking at this, I would imagine he put everything in there. And I could just do a follow-up with him tomorrow just to make sure.
That'd be
And
fine.
it does say all commercial.
Yeah,
And it gives the galvanized, just the galvanized price, I think, and then
No.
the black,
Yeah. paint.
powder coating, I think. Is
And
what
I would definitely go with that.
black vinyl actually is what it said.
And it's
I'm
about
trying to read the writing.
$1,500 difference between just the plain galvanized and then the black coated.
Okay, it's coated in a vinyl.
Like
Yeah.
what we've got as a city and Jason, yeah. Do you wanna just go ahead and do that? I did the best I could, but I
Yeah.
told you I wasn't the right person for that.
But now if Jess wants to move forward on this grant, we're gonna need an answer from us today. And then
Just tomorrow, I could
Yeah.
do it today.
but for us as a board moving forward. So that's why I'm saying if everything is in the ups and I would imagine that looking at his work at JC Park, everything is up there. Because everything's included in here, that the post would be included as well. So I guess, you know, and Dwayne, what are your thoughts on the ball field itself? I mean, you live right over there with the new backstop and that.
So I'd say, one, make sure like that we have specified concrete in the posts and, we're gonna have to make allowance for taking down the old backstop, so
Dwayne,
if you're,
would you guys do that?
I don't know on those, whether that's something I'd want our guys to tackle. Those are pretty good sized posts. That might be somewhere we see if maybe RMC or, in fact, RMC put them in, so it might be a thing to see if they would take them back out.
Okay,
Uh,
cause I kinda didn't realize that, like that. You guys
yeah.
do that?
So I mean, if we need a number for the grant, I'd probably, especially if we're going with the black, I would say you're probably looking at about 15,000 just to cover any incidentals and then, my other question would be is, if we got the grant, is there a time limit that we have to use it as far as?
Right there on that.
No.
Okay. All right.
Sometimes there is.
It might be within a year.
Within a year.
Yeah,
I would
at
put
least
it
this
into
one, there's
next
just
year.
different ones. I think it's just, well, if it's under 25,000, it's not gonna be an impact grant, it'll be a different type of grant.
Oh,
But it's still to the same foundation.
And this guy is really good, you know, if you give him a call tonight, send him a message, he'll have it for you tomorrow. If it's all possible, he will, you know, if there's something that adjusts very, very good on as quick as he can get it done.
And for the grant, I would need like itemized, like.
Yeah, it's broken down material and labor and stuff here, so.
Right.
So your overall thoughts on that, Dwayne?
yeah, I mean, if we can get it, you know, like we talked, as far as how much it gets used, I don't know how deep you want to go into the ball field part of it yourself. I mean, that's, it's normally used in the springtime. All the littles are out there, whatever the beginning league is for all the little guys. And then that lasts about 3 weeks. And then the rest of the time, it's just neighborhood kids playing stickball out there. So, you know, I don't foresee it gonna be where we end up putting bleachers out there and they have organized ball. You know, I don't think we wanna, first of all, I don't think we wanna promote that. That's just not the place to do that.
Thought
But,
if we built it, they would come.
well,
Sorry, I had to.
Well,
You had to.
yeah, we did it, we were contacted this year by a group that wanted to provide an alternative to the traveling teams, for the kids that didn't want to have to go out and travel and basically start another kind of ball league. And they were asking about places to do that. And we still have the ball field up the hill at the main park. We still have that one as well. So, and that one does have bleachers. And, but again, we haven't maintained it other than mowing it. So,
Does that field get used for other things more than ball? The open space at Fansler right now where
Yep,
we're
the
talking,
open
does
space.
it get used for?
you've got neighbors
Other
with
stuff.
their dogs taken out there. We have kids playing, well, actually, they were playing flag football out there the other day. Yeah, flying kites. It's a good spot to fly kites.
So if we finish it as a baseball area, will that interfere with that?
I don't think so.
Place?
No.
So we take the bases, oh, you know, off. I mean, I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
Sorry. Do you take
Yeah.
them?
It's really kind of, it's been set up for, and Little League did this past year. They just put they've got four ball diamonds now in that area where the Little League's at, and one of them is for the little guys. And it's not much bigger than a room. And it's all low fence. They don't have any high fence around it at all. So,
So you feel like it's, in your opinion, are you for?
I mean, if we can get the money to do that and clean it up, that's fine. I mean, I'm okay with that.
Do we need lighting or anything like that?
No.
You don't want lighting?
No. If we put lighting out there, we're gonna have all kinds of mad neighbors.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think if Jeff can get, and I also talked to Lindsay about it too. Yesterday, that, you know, the Friends of the Park, we get that going, or get the Heidi's involved in some of these other people. That they could, you know, do some different things to raise money.
Fundraising.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not gonna probably happen this year, cause we have to
Oh, yeah.
we have meetings, but like to throw a fundraiser, like,
no,
No,
a lot of planning.
next year
Future.
anyway,
Future.
Even though that, like, thanks to Ed, we did make money on our fish fry.
right,
That was all you.
Yeah.
That was your.
I avoided a lot of pitfalls.
Okay, so,
So my question, going back to the budget, if I can get the park or the baseball information from you, do you want me to apply for that this week? If not, do you want me to apply for the pool or do you want to put the pool off? That's why I still need to know what you guys prefer.
I think,
It's 31.
Yeah, and there's less
Thousand.
money in the budget at the foundation as the year goes on. So I personally would suggest the February for the shades
okay,
Mhm.
and then work on this.
Yeah.
Because that could still be used for a while
For
in
the
the
last-
season, if it can get ordered and all that stuff.
And Dwayne said about 15 grand.
I think that would probably cover most
Cover all this
everything.
stuff.
There's gonna be some, that always ends up being something we don't plan on it.
do you have the prices of the bases, huh?
Yeah, that's what I would need from you guys, each
We'll
thing.
write it out.
I'll send you the thing on the basis. I think I sent it out.
Yeah, you did. You sent it to me.
I think I sent it with the basis, but I could get you the basis price, and then if we went with the black fence, and then incidentals would be the difference between.
Yeah,
And the basis was like $500. It wasn't that much. And then the incidentals with the removal and everything else, but I will call him and do a follow-up. So I guess in order to get this to move forward, I would make a motion for the grant that we move forward on the baseball backstop at Fansler Field and go with the black at $11,861.03 is quoted. And
as long as that includes like what you're thinking on
yes,
the
yes.
the
And
necessary.
even if it doesn't, we have money in the budget to.
But I'm sure,
Wow.
yeah, I'm sure it will. I mean, you just don't quote the chain link
I think
itself.
so too. But
Yeah, so,
make sure what kind of posts, I guess, whatever.
It'd just be like a JC.
okay. So I make a motion that we move forward on this grant.
Okay, all in favor?
So city pool stuff, I just been prepping for like social media posts and everything for the last week. They will close this week, but make sure everybody knew about the events. I actually just reshared the Serenity on the Water for the Sound Bowl healing and 3 more people signed up just in the last hour. I think we're almost close to 30 people.
I got you.
Last year that.
None of them.
It felt, yeah, last year.
Yeah, cool. Hope it doesn't rain.
Oh, and then I'll get the registration list to Rebecca on Wednesday. And then working with Lindsay to create marketing materials for Harvest Garden Gathering that I'll let her go over. I know she's confirming some stuff on there. And, oh, I'm gonna send out a park newsletter. Since we upped the amount of newsletter, it doesn't have to be like a quarterly or anything like that. I wanted to make sure I have everything like that you guys would like on there. JC Park update, just kind of where we're at, some pictures and, you know, the concrete and all that. The Harvest Garden event, pool closing for the season, kind of thanking everybody for coming. Golf course update, just saying there's events, check the website, book teas, kind of that kind of stuff with tea times, and that will be open for Labor Day. And then if there's anything else on that you guys want me to add, I can, but we can send another one next month or even in, 3 weeks. So I figured that was enough, but if there was anything specific you guys want to add, I can. And then since I wasn't at that one July meeting, I didn't get some answers for the light at the park that we need to get started on. Are we gonna do the same committee was one of the questions. And then something that we discussed was, are the decorations going to be handled by the board this year? Or are we gonna have people decorate the pavilions like we did? Because it works okay, but then there's people who didn't fully decorate a pavilion and then we'd have to go back and still decorate or something like that, or try to move it somewhere else. So we don't want to ask people to do more either. So we could, since we do have a budget for live, do we just order stuff for each pavilion? Or do we still let the community get involved and decorate a pavilion? Or is it a sponsorship now?
Can we think on that a little bit?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, totally fine.
And I would also let me run some numbers because I'd see how much money we had already spent.
Mhm.
Because we originally, I think it was $6,000 at the beginning of the year for light up the park. And it was 3 big Christmas trees.
Okay.
And that
$7,692
we spent already
last year.
last year.
Well, let's put this year to date. So yeah, that would be last year.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute, that's not right.
No.
That's this year.
That'd
That's the
be-
stuff that we bought this year after.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
So, but see, it was divided up a little different because we went to America's 250 and we had a $3,000 budget for that. And then we did a light up the park. So next meeting, I will, let me,
Totally fine. And I'll put that in the minutes so you guys can go over the questions I had. And then I've talked to Lindsay about it too, like Friends of the Park can help as well as for decorating. But then we have, you know, the city help, Landon and Dwayne helped so much last year and the team and stuff like that. So whatever your guys' preference is. But the other thing with Friends of the Park is, do we want to have people sponsor? Because I guess it kind of goes along with how we want people to decorate. We want people to sponsor an item. We kind of talked about that last year. Like maybe there's another Christmas tree, just an example, Christmas tree that we really liked. We don't really have either the budget or don't want to spend the money on it. Do we say, hey, does anybody in the community or business want to sponsor this? And you'll go on marketing material.
Yeah.
So it could just be a $200 item or, you know, so it doesn't have to be thousands of dollars for each item, but just another way to get people involved.
Can we just like kind of think about that?
Yeah, I'm just giving you,
Okay.
I'm just providing my report for it.
Yeah.
And then what time would you guys like the lights turned on? Would be another one, because I know we've gone 2 different times and it was almost in the middle that we started. It was like 6 maybe, seemed to be okay. But if 5 was too early, 7 was too late.
Yeah.
Just like that later.
And that's, yep, totally fine. I'll put these questions on
Stuff
the
to be
minutes.
thinking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, one thing with Lindsay, we were just discussing earlier is the nickel plate parade. I was trying to decide trying to figure out how to advertise it, if I'm supposed to advertise it for the parks, or is it more for the summer parks program, or like,
This is, well, okay, so Lori, do we have, like, how many do we have lifeguards? At least 1 or 2?
Some, we
Okay,
have a few,
okay.
they have sports, but
Right.
we do have a few.
Okay.
so they-
So traditionally, how we have run the parade in the past was it was just the summer parks program, because I was the one that was organizing it and that was just who all I could get. Now like we have the ability, and now then I talked to Lori about doing a parks and rec, because we're gonna use the trucks. And it says parks and rec. So from Jessica's perspective, she's like, are we inviting people who just love the parks to come and walk in the parade with us? Or are we kind of like picking people specifically? Yeah, that's because I only made the event to communicate with people on summer parks, because I've already talked to parents, I've already talked to my camp leaders, I've already talked to the campers, and so like just do the same thing as we've always done, but then add in the lifeguards. That was the original thought, but we wanted to see what you guys thought, if you wanted to be open up to people. I don't know if other people will come or not to walk in the parade, you know, but I just didn't know.
and I wasn't sure, because you handed out flyers for people
Yeah.
to join, so I was just not sure what you guys, you know, all preferred, so. If it doesn't need to be advertised, that's totally fine, I don't have to worry about it.
no, I would advertise it. And you know, when you look at most floats, and I just use pull out one, Smith, Sawyer and Smith. Well, it's just not the people who work at Smith, Sawyer and Smith. It's just, they put it out, it's their family, anybody who can get out there and walk and help and everything else and promote it. You know, and it's all about promotion. So, you know, the more the merrier,
Okay.
I would say. And you know, it's a little commitment. And if you get a little commitment, then it's easier to get a bigger commitment out of that person. whether
Right,
it's light up the park, or whether it's helping out a fish fry, or whether it's a donation. So it's a little commitment. And
I've just never seen other businesses advertise, like market to be a part of their float before. Like my dad never did that. Like we just like got all of the families within the business or some select customers to come and be on our float, and it was really big. I don't know.
Yeah,
I've
the other
but
thought
it's
is,
it's a municipality, so it's a little bit different than
Yeah.
a business.
but my other thought is too, is not advertising for people to join, but advertising that that's what we're doing. like come to the event, like encourage people to actually just come to the event too. It doesn't have to be like getting more people.
Right, yeah.
So I was trying to
That's
figure
fine.
out which way to.
And then I
do
can,
the-
her and I on the back end.
Yeah.
Will be directing and making sure that we get our people there, whether or not the general public shows up or not.
Right. I won't put like, I won't advertise it as join us.
Jump in there and
It will
sign.
be, there's Parks and Rec.
Maybe
As
walk
a-
with the park.
Yeah, we could do so. I mean, it doesn't have, you don't even have to say join us,
You
but
bet you-
at least get it out there that this event's going on.
Yeah,
It's cross
okay.
promoting.
Okay, cool, yeah.
Yeah, that's my thought on it, not
How you
necessarily
gonna
like
control
for you to bring in more
it? Can't
I
control
bet
it.
it should be.
Okay.
as an announcement to get the
That will.
awareness of the event.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that.
But it takes just a few.
I think we figured it out.
Yeah, we got it.
You got it?
We had to talk it out.
I'm in front of you and get your guys' stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
Good.
all right.
Okay. That is all I have.
Okay, I know Anthony, needs to leave, but, Lindsay?
Does Anthony, you go first?
Well, he's gotta work on the budget. Are you gonna stay for the budget meeting?
I can.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because we'll go ahead and jump to the
It's fine. I
budget
can wait.
meeting so he can,
No, yeah, go.
it's an anniversary thing, so,
Yeah, go Anthony.
okay, all right, okay.
So where are we at? We on the budget now?
I think we're moving to the budget.
All right. So, for mine, let's see, golf seasonal wages. Our hourly rates went up, but our budget never was. So I'm cutting hours, get stuff done is getting to be a challenge. So if we could raise that to about 130,000, that would be ideal. I went over about $30,000 last year. Chemicals, they go up about 5% every year, so we added 5,000 to that. You anticipate fuel or anything changing in fuel?
Right now, we're looking good on it.
Looking good, regular, a little cheaper probably.
I don't think I cut on fuel, but
Okay. Repairs and maintenance, things just cost more. I couldn't anticipate what happened this year with the well going down. We're cutting everything pretty close, so maybe take that to 80,000 to 75 now. Just take it to 80. And that should be good. Yeah, that was chemicals. Or no, that was repair and maintenance, sorry.
But chemicals, you wanted an increase?
Yeah, an increase of about 5%, so about $5,000 on that. So from 75 to 80. It's a little bit more than 5%, but a little easier math. Yeah, that's pretty much all I need. Seems like we're good on tree removal. All that goes still good. Yeah, they were the only things that I really need much, yeah. I need increase, that's about it in there. Should also, we're seeing future prices when they start to go up. Right now, we're that's $67, almost $68,000 in chemicals, that's right now. That's without doing any overseas or anything like that, so those kind of that. And repairs and maintenance is up there pretty, that's at 61. I got a lot of anticipated repairs I gotta do still, so I don't know if it'll eat all that up or not. It's better to say sorry, I guess. So,
Hey, Anthony, was the chemical fees the 80K from 75K?
yeah.
What was the repairs maintenance? Did you say?
Repairs and maintenance was 75.
Oh, so they're both, okay.
Yeah, they're both
Oh, okay.
75, so we'll just move it up an increase of 5% or so. Same thing on the repairs, yes, repairs and maintenance. The only one that's got a significant change is the golf seasonal. That's got a $35,000 increase. Last year I went over I think it was about $30,000, so that'll kind of offset that a little bit, probably good.
You jumping at to what?
130. Yeah, I mean, when I first started, they were at like 10, 11, 12 bucks an hour. Now we're starting at $15, $16 an hour. So, but the budget never changed to impact that. So, we're a little long overdue on that one, but that's all I really have for budget. Should really. Yeah, I think Dwayne's got most of these filled in pretty well. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that'll work for me.
You all done with the paving?
No, got 2 more years.
2 more years?
Yeah, we have that in the budget from,
Yeah,
so.
but I mean, they haven't raised their price on it.
No, they gotta honor that, so. They actually laid a little bit more asphalt this year for us than what we paid for. So we paid for about 4,000 square feet, and they did a little bit in the parking lot, so they ordered a little bit in that little corner. They repaved that just to kind of get rid of the asphalt out and throw it away or trash it or anything, and then when you go down 5 goes to the left and kind of wraps around 6 and comes back. Well, that part wasn't quoted. It was just kind of up and around 6, but he's like, once they're here, we'll just do that, and then charge me an extra for it. So that was really nice of them. And then left over there, you can see in the pool area where they laid that little patch down. That was just kind of, it freshened it up a little bit, but better than just wasting it. So I was like, yeah, go ahead with that. So maybe that little part of the park. So yeah, so 2 more years it should be done. There's a lot of square feet out there.
When you go back, start repairs.
Yeah, when you go back to the repair, yeah. Yep. So now we gotta go through and, like fill in the side, so it doesn't fall out. We gotta pack all that in, so we can go soil, do all that, so. That's gonna be fun.
Okay.
That's cool.
I'm trying to think of anything
That's
else.
Oh, seasonal thing.
Yeah, seasonal looks,
That's what you said.
yeah.
I would, but. Yeah. Okay,
Answer a question or?
Wages.
Questions for me, anything?
well, Dwayne, can we give rate on this?
So, for the seasonal employees and your hourly employees, it's already built into the salary ordinance that they get a 50 cent an hour raise every year that they're here. So
Yeah.
that will get talked about at a later time. That's going to be between the mayor and Beth. And
Oh,
right now, I'm anticipating that we're not, but they told us not to plan on it last year, and then they turned around and they bumped everybody 3 or 5%. So
okay,
that's going to be.
that's not,
We set their wages last year.
No, you didn't,
We gave him 50 and 55.
and that ended up being more than that. Like I say, that was between the mayor and city council and Beth. They're the ones that said it. Because it was, you're right, but it ended up being, ended up being 60,770. And that was, like I say, they're the ones that said that.
For both of them? 60 what, 6?
60,770.
okay.
Do we need to approve anything at this time, or do we just go ahead and fill it in as requested and move on? So Anthony.
So We can do it when we do the whole thing, if you wanna wait and do it then.
Okay, all right. I'm enjoying it.
Where are you going?
Anniversary.
Where?
What?
Where you going to eat?
Oh, I don't. I didn't know what time
It
was.
doesn't have
Remember
to
the
be
boss
a-
tells
Wherever she tells him.
Yeah.
Is it with, is it
That's
with
the
your
right
dog?
answer.
Yeah, is that your wife?
More.
Oh, sorry.
This
is Russia.
Rush is patiently waiting in my office for me.
24 year
Probably about ready to scratch my door down.
I've been married for a long time.
That's-
Good.
You-
Good husband.
Huh?
Hey, you can be here for 24 years.
No way.
Yeah, that's
Do
true.
you know how intense that dog is?
Unless
I do.
you're stressed, are you?
She is. I cannot bring her down here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking through this as we're going here, and I mean, there's not really anything that I mean, Dwayne says we're not looking at a raise this year, so I would not want to mess with the wages for the golf pro. Pro shop seasonal, I mean, we may ask for a little bit of a bump there, just so that way I can get my employees their 50 cents an hour raise. But I wouldn't see, I mean, maybe 50 instead of 46.2.
So just how I figured that was, I didn't make the change because I looked at what our activity is so far
Okay.
and where that gets us at the end of the year, and there's still gonna be a gap.
Okay.
So I figured if we keep things like they are, then
We'll be good.
we should be good next year.
Okay.
After next year, then we'll have to look at bumping.
Right. Okay.
That's what-
Yeah, so I would leave that one alone. Operating supplies for the golf course, it's at 30 right now. I mean, I don't see any reason. I mean, I am going to check into the buildings, but would that wouldn't be classified as operating
That's
costs? I mean,
every year.
Just to add to that, that's something I've talked to Beth a little bit about, and we need to dive a little deeper into it. One thing that we have it broken down by golf course, pool, and park. But we really need to add another line for golf facility and then pro shop, golf, we need to separate those out because most of what gets spent like on maintenance and operating supplies is going to Anthony. And so you don't see what it's costing to operate the pro shop and maintain the pro shop and the golf cart barn and that sort of thing. So I'm going to talk to Beth some more about this, but we need to think about taking and breaking some of that out so that he can see that he's got something that he can work with. Like if it comes time to replace the carpet or do any other upgrades to the pro shop itself.
What about the building that we had talked about?
So that's still on the capital plan.
Okay.
It's just been pushed down. It's one of those things where once we decide that that's the priority that we need to start focusing on after some of this other stuff like Fansford Park and any more we want to do with the pool, then that's when we decide we want to start focusing on replacing the building or adding on. So
are you talking about the building that for Anthony?
as mean as me.
Yeah, I mean, that's just ridiculous. He's having to pull everything out every day and then pull in what he wants to work on. That's just, I mean, and I was also thinking about, I didn't know how you guys had that plan, but you're gonna need to be able to, however the building's gonna be attached, but be able to get through there to go over where we get the water and stuff like that. It's just in the parking, I don't know, you guys just need more room. It's really crowded back there, or he is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do see a great need for it, but, maybe they can next year. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to eventually look at getting the rest of the carpet in the pro shop replaced with like that black carpet that we put in the foyer area. I would like to do that in the entire pro shop.
What?
Anything except for that hideous
Oh,
brown
yeah,
carpet that's in there.
Yeah.
just I think a revamping of the pro shop would be. I mean, I've been there 6 years and we haven't done anything to it really.
Well, I did, and changed it.
Well, we repainted, but I didn't like that green.
Sorry, sorry. I
Um,
had an interior decorator come. You know
I would tell her I didn't like that green.
what? Why didn't you say something? Okay.
Anyway,
Done
I don't. That's really all I've got like on my end.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so should we jump to the parks then? Me? Wayne,
Oh, me?
me on the parks.
So JT Park update. We are getting.
So I meant the budget.
Oh, you want us to talk about the budget now?
I don't care.
I would say since we're on the.
We're already there.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
that's what I was
Finish it
thinking,
up.
yeah.
Okay. So a caveat is that there's more to it than what we have here. This is primarily the first shot at the operating budget. There's a lot of things that are still like we don't know what our incomes are going to be from taxes going forward. So Beth's still working some of those numbers, but the one thing we did want to do for you tonight is at least get what an operating budget could look like. And the first thing that I'll bring up is that going through it, we found places where to anticipate cuts that we're going to get. We've cut roughly, after a couple of pencil changes just tonight, but we're looking at about $460,000 we're cutting out of the budget. And we've been able to do that by looking at some of the areas where we've had quite a bit of cushion. We start at the top, you'll see where the one thing that we did do, so we've added, just basically going through the lines, golf seasonal, like Anthony requested, an increase to 130,000. His activity at this point is at 57,000, and that's just for basically primarily 4 months, 5 months. And so he still has the rest of this month, September, October, November. So that's definitely going to push us over the budget that we have right now. The one thing, so then also pool manager, I initially had cut it back to what we had spent this year, which was for a manager and an assistant. But in talking with Lori, we may make some changes in how we handle that next year. So I put it back to 30,000 that we've had for the last couple of years. The one thing that if you go down, you'll see for park director, in anticipation of my eventual retirement and making plans for a growth in our parks, I plugged in a number for a full-time park director. That doesn't mean we have to hire one tomorrow, but we need to start anticipating that. And so I plugged the number in for that. Social Security, we're going to go over this year on Social Security. So I bumped that up in anticipation of what that number may look like. And some of those numbers actually, and you don't see those in here because those numbers are up in the air depending on, how the government decides what our taxes and all that stuff are going to look like. So there'll be some changes there. where am I at here? Medicare, we know Medicare is gonna go up, so I went ahead and planned on that. Down to operating supplies, pool, we originally had budgeted 5,000. I cut that to 2,500. Since so far this year, we've only used $395 out of it. Excuse me. Same way with, so that's a question I have with light up at the park. I put in $7,500 there. I don't know if you want to add more to that for this year. I'm thinking with what we've spent already, I don't know how much more we would need to spend. So
Yeah,
does that 7,500 sound like a good number?
yeah, I mean, that will be for next year.
Well, yes, for next year.
Yeah, I think that's.
So whatever we've
You
spent,
guys agree?
okay.
That's fine.
Okay. Golf chemicals, like Anthony said, he's gonna bump that up to 80,000. On pool chemicals, we had budgeted 22,000 and only used 13. I cut that to 20,000 with all the new equipment and all that stuff. Actually, our chemical costs have been going down. So I think, and right now we still have.
We have a lot of chlorine and it's storable, so.
Yeah, so we still have plenty of chlorine, and then we have, I know there's 4 barrels of acid in the park or the golf maintenance building, and we have another full one in the. So I know we have at least 5 full, so we have a good start for next year
Good.
too.
Okay.
Small equipment. We had 3,000 budgeted for the golf course, and they haven't used any of that yet, so I cut that back to 1,000. The rest of the items there didn't change. Let's see. Tree removal. For the golf course, they haven't used any, so I dropped that from, actually, I don't know why this says 9. On mine, we have 15. I had 15. For tree removal, yeah. Actually, in our current expenditure report, we have 15,000 budgeted for the golf course, the park. And so far for the park, we've only used $2,700, so I cut those back to 10,000 each. And then professional services, I bumped that up to 20,000 from 15, as right now we're already at 16.4. So we're already over budget in that item. Bank and other services, we had not budgeted for that before, and we've spent $161 up to this point. These are the costs that's coming from using the square. For fees for that, so I budgeted 200 for that for next year. That one. Wildlife control, we had 4,000 budgeted and we didn't use anything for that, so I cut it back to 1,000. Of course,
Got a dollar.
Rush came out of capital expenditure, so he's not included in that.
Yeah.
But I did leave 1,000 because we could use that for maintaining Rush. You know, if he has to have a vet visit or whatever, then I could see where we could take that out of there.
Well, we've got a big old groundhog over there at the butterfly garden. He's just tearing things. He's going up underneath the material inside the butterfly garden, and I know Lee hired somebody to come
Yeah.
over to the golf course, but he wanted to go out in the woods and find his holes. I couldn't find them. And but I think we need to do something about that.
Did you find the mine that taken care of, disappeared?
No, I
Yep.
just saw that booger the other day.
Yep,
I pulled
there
up
might be
and he was
more.
looking at me and I thought,
I
oh,
think he ran away.
Was he relocated?
Yep.
Never mind, thank you. Hope you didn't count on
No.
that. Okay.
Okay. Right now, all of our insurance items and utilities, I left the same except for golf sewage. I dropped that $1,000 based off of what our usage is up to now. 80,000 for repairs and maintenance for the golf course. For let's see, for the pool, we had budgeted 75,000 for maintenance, and have only used 6,500 so far this year. So I dropped that down to 25,000. At the park, I dropped it from 50,000 to 35. And technology, so basically for technology R&M for golf, pool, and park, I actually turned those numbers around, and then they were basically the same numbers. I did cut a little bit from the park, but overall they were the same numbers, just turned around and used in different locations. Equipment rental, I dropped the golf course down to $100. Those are just numbers to keep those line items active. At this point, we haven't used them. A subscription and dues dropped from 1,100 to 1,000.
Hey,
Yep.
you did the, sorry, the pool, the natural gas. Did we get that figured out?
So, we will. Those are one of the things that we've got to, there's some reclassifications of Beth's having to do to put everything in the right place.
Okay,
The numbers are all in here. It's just that they were in the wrong places in some of those. So
okay,
she's having to reclassify some of those numbers. Yeah. Then we get down to improvements, other buildings. One thing that is going to change, they're here right now so you can see where they're at. But actually from improvements other than buildings, golf, down through park equipment, all those numbers are going to drop down into the very last item that says 444040 capitalized expenditure reserve. So those numbers are what's going to go into the capitalization plan. So I left them in there to show you that they were there. But once the actual budget's done, those are going to drop down, and it's going to be just a total number that's put in that expenditure. That's where Gary's talking about the capitalization plan. Those numbers will drop down, and that's where those will go to apply.
so if we need something now, we can go there and,
That's where that will be at.
so we're not
Okay.
losing it, it's just going.
No, we're not losing
So
it.
everybody
They're
just kind of dips in there,
Yeah, they will move down into that.
okay,
Okay. And so if I did my math right, after some of the changes we made, we've cut 459,500 out of the budget. So that's what it looks like right now. Now, as far as the numbers, as far as like income, so when I was sitting down with Beth today, we did have there are a few small discrepancies there that she's got to get sorted out. But income wise, like local property tax, our last draw was 736,841, and so we're anticipating that we'll get a draw close to that in December, but that's not a guarantee. That's
right,
partially why we looked at the place to make those cuts. So to anticipate that possibility. And that's about where we're at right now. We are looking at some of the things that we have in the, expenditures in 15-18 account, moving some of those into 15-15, because when we look at them, it's like, that makes no sense. And to have a separate place for these items when they actually should be up in here.
What are 15-18?
15 are also additional expenditures, but that has like a summer parks program and that way it's visible on the other side. So it simplifies the budget. So when we look at it, we're not looking at umpteen different places. So, but yeah. Anyway, that's where we're at right now. I would say by the next meeting, we should have a completed document with everything in there. If you guys can look at it, then we can present to the city council.
When is the city council? When do we present that?
That's probably next month in September. So,
I haven't heard that said yet. Maybe like it's fall.
yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's in September for that. Yeah, we'll take that. Then we present that to them for them to look at the finance committee.
Okay.
And then after that, then it'll go to the city council in October, November, something like that. It has to be advertised. They need to go through it and needs, and then I think then the following month is when they approve it. So, yeah.
So we're back on schedule, kind of, where we need to be.
I think so. Yep.
Okay. That's good to know where we're at in the numbers to see the budget.
A couple of years ago, board voted themselves a raise, okay?
Okay.
We'd like to make a motion that raise it $2,000, that's 500 member of the board. Take that to the mayor or whoever you need to take it to.
I guess that's a bill you guys make.
Okay.
And then we put it in the budget. I think right now, you're budgeted 12,000. And you've used 6 of it so far.
We need to make a motion.
500
Ourselves.
first, will it?
Yeah.
Hmm?
It
doesn't
500.
right.
I can do it.
Okay.
Could go more.
I think with everything that we got going on and, we're working hard at it, that it wouldn't hurt, but I think we need to get rich over it, so. If you wanna make a motion.
I make a motion that, park board members get paid an additional $500 each.
Per year.
Mhm.
So that adds another 2,000.
Yes.
Then it's 3,000 now, right?
Is it?
Mhm.
3?
Yes.
He said the total was 12. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry. My brain had a synopsis was fired.
Do I have a second?
Can't get a second, then why don't we just get nothing for being on the board?
Say what?
Well, you don't want a second motion.
I'm thinking still. I'm still processing.
Yeah, that's what we have. You asked for, what is it?
I'm just,
Yeah, for discussion. Yeah.
yeah, you can ask for a discussion on that. Do we have it available? I guess is what my thought was immediately. Of course, I mean, heck, we all
Yeah.
we do some money. I'm just wondering where do we stand? It's not a huge amount of money.
If you're asking me, I think there's room in the budget for it.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's room in the budget for it, first of all.
I didn't hear what the.
He said he thought there was
There's room in the budget.
room in the budget for it. That's what he.
You know, my thoughts is, when I came on, it was 2,000. And then a 33% pay increase in the past 2 years. You know, I mean, a pretty big chunk, and then another. You know, and I think the city council, they make 4,000. But I don't know. I'm just looking at it like we got a lot going on. We got a lot of expenditures going out, and we don't know about taxes.
I'd like to table it till the next. Can we table it to the next meeting, or will that screw up the budget?
So. If you want to table it, that's fine too. I mean, we have time.
That was a shocker. I wasn't prepared.
Yeah, well, I think we all work hard. I know I put a lot of hours in and we have a lot of work coming up, so, I mean, I can always use the extra money.
Oh, sure.
I won't
I could too.
say no. I don't think it's gonna make or break our budget. That's my vote on it. But I won't die without it either.
Well, he motioned. Can't you second?
Well, I thought you guys wanted to think about it. a little bit.
Well, I'm just saying, if you seconded it, then we vote. Well, but I'd rather talk about it. Look into it, so if we can table it, I think that's where
Well, I think it matters that Dwayne said that we have it. So
yeah.
I don't know what else, you know.
I think we have trouble voting in that we personally get more money because we're just not those, maybe prepared to do that. But I feel funny about it. I didn't even know that we could do that. I knew.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
Yeah, I mean.
What are your thoughts on it, Dwayne? You wanna stay out of it, don't you?
You'd like to be impartial.
I think you guys work hard. I don't know what I know water board gets paid something too, and Board of Works, I don't know what theirs are, but I mean, we could research
I'd like
that.
to know what they are, so let's see if it's
Well,
comparable.
we're not, we all got different things that we're doing. How many hours, the city council, they come and do the meeting, do they go out and do stuff like we do on the park board, or is that?
Well, I would hope they do a little bit of that. I mean, that's, they're doing public work too, but what I can do, if you want to table it, in the meantime, I can get the numbers together with the other boards too, if you want to get kind of a gauge on what.
I just don't think
They're
we're
at.
apples to apples on that.
Okay, well, then maybe we go and you call some other parks and see what they make.
I can do that too.
And then that way, that's apples to apples.
Okay.
Kinda. How many parks do they have? How big's the town?
I can find some comparable municipalities.
Yeah,
In fact, I
I
can
feel
ask,
guilty if we don't at least look at some information.
I've got
Take it
a,
for what it is, that's how I feel.
I've got a teams meeting with other park board directors of small municipalities coming up. I can ask them what their park boards. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could use the money. I'm not saying I couldn't. I definitely could. But I just want to see what.
Yeah,
I'm
and
not
I
gonna,
understand where Ed's coming from too, maybe I can use the money if you can. We do a lot of work.
Okay, so that was tabled until we just get a little more information apparently. Okay. So
Lindsay.
you're next.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I just have two things. The parade, we're already taking care of that. We've got everybody, you got 2 drivers, right, Landon?
Yes.
Great. 2 trucks, lots of water guns, lots of stickers, all the fun. And then, okay, so Friends of the Park, we have a meeting, Jess, I sent Jess, a calendar or a little flyer. I haven't sent Jess the flyer. I wanted to talk to you guys about it first. We want to have a meeting for Friends of the Park for, like, I started Friends of the Park and we did have a good core group, but then like Parks program started, and so I wasn't able to like continue that momentum. But we're gonna start again, still meeting once a month, and this time I worked with Dwayne and I kind of talked to Kim a little bit too, about doing direct messaging to people, because I just haven't had time to do direct outreach to people. And that's what it's gonna take. Like, someone's not gonna just come to the park board or come to a Friends of the Park meeting, like by posting something on social media or sending a newsletter. Like they just, it has to be cultivated. Like that we just don't have that following yet. And so, I have a list of, if you guys have any suggestions, text me who they are. I will reach directly out to them. Dwayne and I brainstormed a list of businesses as well. Asking like businesses to see if they have liaisons that would want to be on the Friends of the Park, in hopes that they would get, like, the businesses themselves would get involved. So we kind of talked about that as a direct messaging campaign. So we have a list. I have a list of people that I need to reach out to, basically. But right now what we have planned are meetings for September 5th, the first Saturday of every month until the end of the year. What I need some clarification on are some of the initiatives. Obviously, one of the initiative is collecting feedback on things that they should be included in Vansler Park. I know that like one family had said they wanted pickleball, but there's a huge pickleball group, so that makes sense that they would want another, but like that's one family. Like what else? Like,
I can help you. I actually had that thought today about getting input about the pool, golf course, and parks, just because some people are not gonna wanna come to meetings. So how do we get community input if no one's coming in? And I could do an anonymous survey on the website.
well, I'm just looking for initiatives for the Friends of the Park. Like, I
Okay.
know that like getting feedback, that would be great.
Things for them to work on.
Yeah,
what
like
you're
what do
looking
we,
for.
like, initially I had thought that we wanted volunteers for light up the park, so that you guys weren't freezing your butts off with your fingers like going numb and doing a frostbite. Those kinds of things. But then, like, are the park employees going to be in charge of setting that up this year? And if we do want Friends of the Park to do it, we're gonna have to be really organized and give them out diagrams to set it up and that kind of stuff. Like, I can help with that prep work if you want me to. Okay, look. So, we could do that. It's just that, like, I mean, other than the obvious reason that we need community engagement with the parks, what are some jobs?
And
Or,
then,
like,
how do you guys
projects?
feel like about like cleanup days?
Yeah, that's on the,
Things
but
like
it's gonna
that.
be winter too, so like,
Right,
but
right.
maybe I can get one together in October. That was one of the goals. So I could do like a cleanup day in like October, maybe probably just October. Because November is very chilly, but then November's activity could be to help set up Light of the Park. Do we wanna make, like, I told Dwayne, this is just my idea, so you guys veto it all you want. But when I was little and the parks of Manitou Mountain was being built, I still remember all of my friends' dads with their tool belts going to the park to build it. Like the Heidi's, my dad, Brad Thomas, like, and so I was like, well, maybe Light Up the Park could be kind of similar. And we have people from the community come. It would take a lot of preparation and organization, but we could have like hot chocolate or like anything, like, coffee, or, just make it a community event. That was an idea I had. Obviously fundraisers, that would be on the docket for sure. And we do have a couple of, like, I know Kim has some people that are really interested in fundraising. I know I have some people that are interested in fundraising. So like coming up with, like, my goal would be by September, like our next board meeting, maybe coming up with a solid fundraiser idea, but maybe before the end of the year. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, probably before the end of the year.
Have a fundraiser.
No, just come up with an
Oh,
idea.
yeah.
Yeah, like generate a couple of ideas and then bring them to the board and say like, what idea do you guys like? Those kinds of things. So that's what I was really looking for from the board is like, what is the top priorities as we're cultivating this group? Oh, P.S. One of the events that we're working with the Fulton County Hope and the community garden, it's gonna be a network. Like I'm gonna be asking everybody that's there to be on Friends of the Park. And one of the core groups that we're inviting is the Women's Giving Circle, because they gave us money for the parks program, and I used all of that money for the instructional aspect of the gardening. So they'll be there. There's gonna be a lot of good people there that I can like recruit for Friends of the Park. So I just wanted to put that as an anecdote. But coming back to the priorities. What are the priorities that you guys would want for the Friends of the Park other than community engagement, feedback on future park developments, and fundraising events?
And light up the park, I think.
Do we want to do that?
I mean, I think it would
We
be
need
nice to
help.
have them to help,
It's just less time out there when it's cold for
cause
everybody
it
else.
was, we spent a lot of
They're-
time.
yeah, they're gonna
raising
be
the
like-
lights
And we
on.
don't have
Right.
actual
Good
diagrams, we need to
diagrams.
show.
Lindsay?
how many times
Yeah.
to put out to
Lay
everybody,
it
we could send to you.
Kids throwing
Or-
lights
and then
down.
they're out there.
Well, they're
We didn't have specific times because it's so cold, you just don't know who's got the
Right.
right there, so it's hard to.
Yeah,
Yeah, we just need to have, I just know when I had a wedding set up, I had diagrams and the wedding looked exactly the way I had envisioned it and I didn't even set it up. I was drinking
Like
champagne.
last year, I just drew real quickly.
Like a
thing
rendering,
out,
like
you
a
know,
rendering
like
is what
put
we would
these
need
here.
of the
We could have
pavilion so
fancy.
people know what to do.
if we get
Well, that's
enough
what we decided that,
people,
like,
we could actually
Decide
go
how
out there and
you
get
do
it
meetings
done.
and stuff, so they would need to come to
You
the
know,
meeting.
get
Yeah,
people
with
in
Friends of
there,
the Park
with
and
Friends of
us.
the Park
Wait,
and us,
Okay, what do you think?
and Dwayne can put a snowsuit on and help.
Sure.
Okay.
Landon, you guys
It's
did
gonna
so
be-
much
it's
last
gonna be
year,
weird.
I mean, especially
It's
with
just
the
gonna have to
electrical
work,
running
whatever
all
it is.
this.
Maybe it doesn't need to have a rendering.
It'll be
Maybe it's gonna
organized.
have to be
Or-
organized.
Wherever rendering's crazy.
All that
We did an all
stuff.
tech rendering every single time.
It'd be so nice to change that.
I would do it.
Well, yeah, that's something too. I mean, if we need to, like we did with the fish fry, we have some temporary services, electrical services that we could put out there to help with some of the,
Oh, that
you know,
would
the
be-
lighting
Like
stuff. so
they
we're
do
not-
uptown or something?
Yeah, so we don't have
Yeah,
to
like that.
run
Yeah, that would
extension
be
cords
great.
everywhere.
Okay.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause that was probably our biggest challenge
Yeah, it's
last
so
year.
unsafe with all those cords and, yeah, that would be great. Lindsay, I think that, that to get with, you know, some of the different businesses, and you and I can talk about it again too, but really pushing them for we have ideas like from Fansler Park, you know, of things that we want to do that, you know, like the pickleball and all that. To get with the Heidi's and different people, you and I talked about that, get with the right people and ask them to help come up with ideas to do.
That's on the list. What other than coming up with ideas for the park? That's on the list. Fundraisers are on the list. Like, what else? What else?
We have
Outside
to
of
think
that.
on that, what we
Lindsay?
would like the goals.
Contact Bill Walsh.
Okay,
He was on the, France of the county,
yeah,
at the same time I was. And he can give you guidance what they do, okay?
well, this is like your guys' group. Like, I know what Friends of the Park could do because like I've seen what they do, but like what are our priorities for them?
But they don't set that, but anyway, they didn't, so. Their main projects were fundraising
Okay,
and receiving property.
so getting feedback and getting ideas, okay, for Fansler Park and future development. Coming up with a fundraiser idea. Doing a park cleanup. And then do we want volunteers for Friends of the Park? And I would say like or light up the park. And I would say like, since we're brand new, they're gonna show up like 1 or 2 days, like we give them a couple of options in November of coming to be there to show up, but like we have to be organized in like to like, so they're not just like standing around, like walking around like,
And
you know.
we
They-
were-
they
we were
approached-
really organized.
Okay.
They
As couples.
approached individuals, I think there were 6 or 8 of us on the board,
Uh-huh.
friends of the park. Okay. So,
I think that would be a good one is, once a quarter, basically, get them something and then you get your team.
Yeah.
So I would say instead of coming up, you got a great list.
Okay.
I
Just
would
go
add
off
too
that
much
list.
more to the
Okay.
list because now,
Okay.
if you only have four
Yeah.
solids,
Yeah.
well, it's, let's start out, let's
Okay.
get the commitments and let's let it
Sounds
grow.
good.
But I think the light up the park would be definitely great because
Okay.
like the pavilions, it ended up where 3 people was in a pavilion of us instead of just one of us, and then we got 2 volunteers. And then another pavilion, one of them,
Yep.
2 volunteers,
Yeah.
one of them, and
Okay.
then that way we only have five pavilions.
Okay.
So, and then if there's any extra there at the main pavilion, so I think if the light up the park would be a good test to get their foot in the water.
Okay.
And a fundraiser idea.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
No, thank you
Um,
for all you do.
And then real quick, how did you do on your fish fry?
okay, so good question. We made about $700. So, which we're a little shy of our revenue, earning potential by just like a few $100s. Like, I think it was like, and I have it in the budget. Or I have it in my budget sheet, so I can send it to you guys. But, we're going to make some changes for next year so that we can maximize that revenue earning potential. Some of the changes, are that we will move it to the week before the fair. Okay. Like same like time, like Friday, but move it the week before the fair. And then we're not doing Parkville and the fair on one date. So we'll do that. I'll get containers and we're going to give them the good tartar sauce because it does matter.
I heard comments about that.
What?
About the charter stuff.
Wait, that it wasn't there or that it was good?
Wasn't there.
Yeah. So yeah, we kind of had some hiccups. It was our first
We
one.
didn't
Of
have any
course.
tartar sauce?
Like, so
How could you not?
I know. I was like,
it was my first one.
Okay.
And it's sweet.
You should have called, I would have made some.
And then the other thing is when we advertise, we will advertise the specific amount of fish and chicken that will come in the carryout container and that it will include tartar sauce. So we'll make up for our little snafus that we had. But overall, like, it was great. The kids were awesome. They did, other than the little snafu, but that was not really necessarily their problem. But we had a lot of people come. The music was there. The genre apparently wasn't pleasing to all age groups. But nonetheless, it was such a nice to have that many people at the park.
Yeah.
I think, is that,
Proud of you.
did I say anything? Yeah, we had one fundraiser. We had a fundraiser and it didn't involve chicken bodies or losing money. So I think that's it. So yeah, I'll get on my friends in the park hustle and get some
Okay.
You gave a date but not a location.
of
September 5th, but where?
what's September? Oh, the Mellow Mug. Yeah, September 5th. I'll send you guys the flyer, but I just wanted to talk to you guys first before I did any advertising.
No,
Huh?
I'd like to come.
Okay, great. Yeah. I'll send
After
it.
yoga.
I need to write it down.
Yeah.
Minutes.
Are you doing that in the evening?
It's after yoga.
It's in the morning. And we can change it. That was just like Saturday mornings. Like there's usually a lot of
Okay, that's a
Yoga's up at
Saturday.
9.
Yeah.
I can get up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is there anything else?
No, I
Okay.
don't know. Do you have anything?
The boiler. What are we gonna do about the boiler?
It's on the, look, I don't have the sheet, but it's on the replacement list in the capitalization plan.
Okay.
I have to look at it. I'm not sure if it's this next year or not.
But how many years did we have that we were gonna be paying on before we got it and fit? I mean, we had a lot of trouble with it, so. No, you don't think we had a lot, do you think we had a lot of trouble with it, Lori?
No, it's just not heating the way it should, and Joanne and I both are aware of that, and we were waiting till the end of the season, so I don't know if we were gonna go ahead and have him like rework those bricks underneath there, or if we were gonna look at replace.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him yet since then, but yeah, we need to get that looked at, and if it's not something that's fixable, then we may have to accelerate the plan or replacement.
Okay, did you find out what the gas usage was yet?
No.
Okay. Cause that would kinda help to make a decision if it's not burning properly, like Lori said, it should be putting out.
Well,
100
last year
degrees
was
and-
110 degrees,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's barely reaching 90.
Yeah, so it's working a lot longer than what, yeah, okay, so you just take care of that right there?
Of course, once it was in the hundreds outside, then
We turned it off.
we were turning it off anyway.
I know, you don't really use it that awful much.
Yep.
But
We used it some this year because it was cold at the beginning of the season.
for swim lessons.
Yeah.
Oh my, that was the worst. Those little kids and us, my dad even said he was out on the phone before and he saw us,
No,
and he was like, hey,
Oh,
I got that
fine.
kids in the water.
You can have it, find not much in there.
Okay. Anybody have anything else?
Dwayne and Landon were parks.
I'm sorry.
Did you guys have anything to report?
Did you have anything?
Far as the parks, everything has been going good. I don't know if Dwayne had reported anything about JC. Moving along there, things are going great. As far as recently, it's mainly just been, the typical bathrooms, trash, mowing, just doing little maintenance things here and
I
there.
do have something for you.
Yeah.
The concrete bathroom on the men's side, that fan is messed up.
Okay, where are we talking? Our small bathroom at the main part. Is
The
that where-
concrete bathroom,
Yeah.
yeah.
We can take care of.
Yeah, I mean, I stopped in there because I drove past last night after the storm and both doors were blowing open. It was full of water and whatever. And so when I opened up the door, that fan turned on and it's like, rain.
They're pretty loud, unfortunately.
I mean, it shouldn't be.
All right, they've been that way since I started. I know
They weren't when we got them. They're very quiet.
Okay,
I-
we'll look at it.
Yeah, we'll take a look
I
at
don't
them.
care if if you wanna keep them loud, that's fine. I thought that they were breaking, cause they were, you didn't even hear them when we first got that bathroom.
I'll see what we can do there.
Yeah, we said there was a JC update, but we didn't say what the update was.
The bathroom.
So the bathroom is what, another week out or so before we
Yeah, the
start?
blocks are ordered. Larry
Yeah.
called me and the guy had said he ordered the blocks, which rain doesn't help any. And they will be in this week and he's ready to go.
So this next week, we have the parking area and the sidewalks are all done. Siders, asphalt will be coming in to do the striping for the parking lot, and he's also going to mark the foul lines for the basketball court. There's not enough room to put the top of the key dome piece in there because of the distance, but at the very least, we're going to get the markings for the free throw in. And then we have Gary Cleese is going to come in with his, he's got a skid loader with a Harley rake on it, which is a rotary rake, to rake down and get all the landscaping kind of smoothed out. And then we'll get in there and plant put some seed down and get it so we get some grass.
Can we use that netting stuff, especially since it's slant?
We can. Our experience with that and some of the other developments where they've used that is that then that weave, after the grass starts growing and you try to mow it, it gets hung up in the blade and all that kind of
I
stuff.
read mine up that they you know, where they did the water line replacement.
Yeah.
I went and replied that because
Yeah,
I knew that would happen.
Yeah,
On that hill by the concrete bathroom, and that's a pretty steep hill.
well,
And-
when we're
and-
done, it won't be.
Oh, okay. I was just looking at it, I thought of like the rain we had yesterday, that crazy rain, I thought
Yeah,
that, all that dirt's gonna end up on the sidewalk.
yeah, no, we're gonna smooth that down and
Okay,
get rid of that so that
okay.
it's a fairly constant, angle down to the sidewalk.
Okay.
And then, what else?
Any
What's-
benches?
Sorry?
Do we have any benches?
So I'm gonna get some benches ordered and I'm also gonna get mats. So we have a mat where you come in the gate on both ends, you'll walk onto a mat before you get out onto the wood chips. And then the same way, I'm gonna get a mat for the end of the slides and the swings.
And we have some already, correct? We never had any there at that park?
No, not at that park.
It's at Vansler, I'm thinking
Mhm.
so, yeah. What kind of benches and what colors?
I haven't picked them out yet. I mean, something that's probably close to whatever we've got in there. If I can find something that close.
Or I think you could even go with a color off the playground.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, just something,
Right.
yeah.
And then, are we putting in any extra lighting?
Right now, the plan is to get cameras up. As far as lighting goes, I haven't looked at anything other than what's already there, which is just, I think there's one light in the alley shines on it. We kind of have to watch it since it's in the neighborhood.
Shining people.
Yeah,
What about electricity to the van?
well, that'll happen once we get and we've already made, we've had a lot for that. Once we get the power in, and we've already got a conduit there, so we can power up that
Okay,
pavilion.
So Duke already run their line.
No, they haven't. They won't until we get the bathroom up.
Okay.
so we're not, yeah, okay.
So depending on timing, I think at the very least, we could have the park available by the end of the month. Depending on how fast the bathroom goes, and I'm just thinking, once we get where it's okay for kids to play on it,
You don't think if the bathroom's done, we can't still go ahead and open it up and just?
yeah,
block
I
that
think
out?
we'll just block off.
Yeah, cause there's the roof and
Right.
all the electrical and the plumbing and the sinks and the toilets and
Right.
that's kind of once they get the block up, then all that's gotta be done, so, okay, all right,
That's about it.
okay.
So with that, how long would the security cameras take to put in after that? I mean, that's my main concern. We open the park and somebody vandalizes something.
We can use those cameras.
Well, it won't take long. Put the cameras up. Once we get power there, it'll be easy. And, so far, I'm not aware that we've really had too much as far as people messing with it the way it's been. So, I know the police the other day, they made some kids they knocked all the barrels down. They made them put the barrels back up. So,
You're talking about now, but we know in the past, it's been horrendous over
Yeah.
there. Yeah, okay, all right.
And then I just have one more thing, that sign that you dropped off on my bench. From here in town, they don't make it was kind of what was it made out of?
Marble.
A marble or granite surface. They don't really do those anymore with that plaque. But they could get a bronze, an aluminum one for about between $250 to $400. Or if we wanted to go brass, and this is where that it'd be at $1,000 more just for brass. Because brass is a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
So do we want to go with just the repair the cheaper amount with the aluminum for that, or?
Aluminum's fine.
Yeah.
And then we don't need a vote because it's cheap. But I just wanted to know if, with your input, if we wanted to go with brass, But I would say at the J.C. Park, Jess is working on, I say we maybe do that one with brass about the Columbia Elementary one instead of the aluminum one, because that's something that's very historic and would be.
At the
well,
JC.
At the J.C.
Yes,
Park with
yes,
the
I
Columbia
agree. Yeah,
school.
have
and
a
that.
picture of the school on it and all that, but I think over there I was lost, I was.
Yeah, because over there,
Yeah.
looking at what it was, I think the aluminum would be a better deal.
Yeah.
But I mean, the boards was all rotted out and everything on
Yeah.
that other one, so I think aluminum would last a long time.
So like a metal post, is that what you're thinking?
Yes.
In the ground and then a metal sign? Yeah. Okay, so do we need to vote on that?
No, it's only,
Small amount.
it's a small amount, it's less than $1,000. So I mean, we're not gonna need to vote just because it was broken and it's just a replacement. So I don't think we need to,
So you're gonna take care of that for us?
I will get it ordered.
Okay, yeah, because that would be nice, yeah, and then get started on the other one for,
How big do you want the sign?
Columbia's.
Oh, wait, okay, I'm confused on the sign just.
Oh, this is-
Okay, now, we're at the Columbia one. I would, for me personally, I would start out with you at the Columbia school, right?
What would the signage be for there? Oh, you're saying to compare
At the
it.
J.C. Park. I would compare it with, if you go out to Lake Manitou,
Mhm.
and they're at the park by the dam, they have it talks about Lake Manitou.
Actually, that's made out of aluminum.
It's made out of aluminum. But I mean, that's a pretty good sign
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
a
easy.
good sign.
Can you
I'm
take
just
care
going
of that
size wise.
also?
No, Jess said she was going to.
Yeah.
But I would use that as a good size gauge.
Okay.
Because I mean, it's nice, it's big, it catches the eye and
I
you can
can
read it.
do it and then we're not paying for it.
What do you mean?
I mean, it'll go on the hours, right?
Yeah, but that's why you guys increased my hours so I could do those type of things. Like I would design it.
Oh, you're designing it. Okay.
Yeah, then it would get printed and then it would get put out.
Okay,
Graphic designer. That's my main thing is graphic design. Marketing's second.
okay, so you can like put the school on it, and do you have that?
No, I mean, that's what we're talking about now. I can get either.
Mitch has got it, I've got it.
Well, if it's not a high quality photo, we don't want to use it.
Huh?
We need it to be a high quality photo. Sometimes the phones don't do as well. So
Yeah,
you're wanting a picture of one?
It's a be historic photo, so.
Oh.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
you, it
Sorry,
might
I'm
have
not
to just
following.
be
Yeah, we didn't
an
have cell phones
outline
back then.
yeah.
or something,
An outline.
a stylized.
Of the
building.
school.
Yeah. Just send me the picture so I can see what I was
Okay.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
But yeah, I would make the sign.
It was 2-story, it was huge brick. I
Yeah.
had no idea. in the
Brown brick.
basement. Brown brick,
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, I was like, how did they get that school on there and on that property?
So where'd you say this, the metal sign is over by the lake, you said, that sign?
Yeah, you know,
Yes.
between the dam and the dam landing, it's not there.
It's not there.
It's in the maintenance building right now.
Oh, it's in the maintenance building.
Trick.
Way to set me up, Dwayne.
I've
Just
been talked about.
size, but I could go like, get,
I think Landon, Dwayne, what was it, about
Yeah.
Yeah,
2.5 feet wide?
yeah, 2x3
And
or,
about 3 feet tall.
Okay.
yeah.
And then one single pole going down that braces the back. The brace was up on top and at the bottom too, wasn't it? Or is it-
Yeah, we don't.
I have it in the maintenance building right now, if anyone does want to see it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to repaint it.
Okay,
He said 2.5 feet, but he did this.
oh, you mean 2.5 feet, but not what you did there?
Well,
It's about
Yeah.
2.5 feet wide, right?
I
Yeah.
mean,
It's,
2.5,
it's
we don't wanna
probably
keep
about what
going
it's,
Isn't that big?
it's fairly big.
It's pretty big. I mean, you could go up and stand in front of it and it's past my shoulders if I remember.
Okay.
I have a picture of it right now.
It's,
Yeah.
I mean,
Could you just send it to?
the signage we did for.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
About 36 by 24 is a.
I think that's
that
good
model
size.
poster size.
I think that.
And it goes by size by price too, so you
Mhm.
could get us different sizes and,
Yeah, that'd be an
Good
idea.
And
yeah.
Landon has a picture of it if you wanna just look at it real quick. You could just show Jess.
Oh, you have the picture of the sign?
It's right here.
Oh. So you want something like that or that size is what you're saying? Cause that would be a
Yeah.
different company to,
Yeah, that size.
okay, got it.
You know, we don't want something like this
Sure.
that people could have.
I just wanna make sure that's not the material you wanted to look like that, cause I would have to do some research on where to print those, like having it all done like that, but the metal sign's fine.
I just,
Yeah.
yeah, just.
So they'll have it, it'll be printed.
Yeah. Okay. Okay,
Anything
that
else?
it? Everybody done?
Think
Okay,
so.
good meeting. Make a motion,
Yeah.
somebody,
That's fast.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All in favor?
Yeah, I wanna stay here.
Huh?
I wanna stay here.
I didn't, I forgot. Your second,
You
sorry.
can do it.
I did.
Okay.
Hey,
Gotta go. Sorry, we're chitter chatter.
post it again.
Dwayne, I'm about ready to blow up your
Oh,
email.
I'm sorry.
I need to push that again. I have to turn this on.
Yeah.
No, I know, I didn't have an idea, I would have an idea of stuff, like.
What's that?
Well,
Just
it's-
communication
Big
that I send
wise.
out.
I hit that.
Okay.